That's crazy talk.
That's not crazy talk. This is crazy talk. Yes! Sorry.
What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be a savage and absolutely demolish some of these players with Savage Ellen rushes. Also, Savage Patrick is in the house because the stove is sure hot with that fresh meme. And I also just happen to have a couple of old SpongeBob memes stored in my inventory, so why not dust one of them off and throw it in here? Seemed pretty appropriate for the occasion. I still have quite a few of those clips at my disposal, so maybe I'll dump them out if I get a $500 donation, Kappa. Anyways, this is the theme we're going to be going at today, farming up a storm and hoping to win nice and quick with some nasty rushes. And yes, these games are sort of cherry-picked from my stream, but they are good examples of doing so. In particular, this first game on the Bloomtonian Mines. Just to catch you up to speed, if you're not closely following this channel lately, which seems to be the case for a lot of people. These are tournaments versus viewers, and most of the time playing with plain cookie-cutter rules is barring, so in this one I'm spicing it up tenfold by, get this, banning not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 53, but 8 towers. Or something like that. I forget. I'm too lazy to look back at the VOD, but it was something around that. And banning those amount of towers makes a difference, because look at the terrible loadouts we're forced to put up with. Farm, Boomerang and Ninja, and Cobra as a bonus. What a travesty. How in the absolute world are we going to make this work? Luckily it won't matter too much though, because we're looking to end these games really quick. And Mines is perfect for making opponents cry if their defense isn't prepared for an insane regrow farm. Like cheap for the user here, looks like he's getting up an engineer for the blunt trap, but I say no to that with this tiny pre-round 13 rush, and it somehow gets him to use an unnecessary boost. And you guys know what happens when your boost is on cooldown. The clock has struck 13, and that's the sound of the regrow rainbows calling. Without the Blade Maelstrom or the 0-0 Dart Monkey, he's got next to zero chance to defend this rush worth well over $10,000. Not much can defend that, and as useful as the ninja sabotage ability is, it certainly won't do much use in this situation, LOL. Needless to say, I may or may not have strategically banned such towers I mentioned earlier in order to have a slight advantage with this kind of rush. Good game, well played. So here's another game against Prankster, who appears to be pranking me right now with this Spike Factory start. I take this shit very seriously, mind you, so I demand answers as to why he's trying to mess around with me. Or maybe he's actually playing seriously and this is what he actually thinks is appropriate to start out with. I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised considering his win rate. Then again, he could be pranking me again with that, but according to the stream chat which I missed earlier, it seems to not be a prank. Speaking of which, stream chat. A little bit different from what you've probably been used to seeing in the previous videos. That's because I'm now streaming on both YouTube and Twitch as a result of my quest to grow a following on Twitch, much like my longtime partner has been heading towards. And in order not to discriminate, I got this cool dual stream integration that shows messages from both platforms at once. How amazing is that? Both for reading during the stream and for viewers, cause you could potentially interact and chat with other viewers from a completely different website, but both watching the same thing. Let me put the chatter on hold for a moment, however, since we're in pretty much the same scenario as the last game, with our opponent using up an early boost before the actual deadly rush comes. Looks like spaced regrow zebras are enough to force him to get spooked, but let this be a lesson to you as to why it's so important to keep your boost up when round 13 hits. That's right, again. No tack shooters, no 0-0 Dart Monkey. I don't even think a monkey boost would save his life here, but I got that out of him beforehand just to be sure. You never know when a 0.01% can happen. Now I kind of started off this video on a high and showed you the most savage Patrick moments of me taking a dump on these victories, but although these remaining matches may not be as MLG, I assure you they are still quite the spectacle. Now let's return back to what I was saying earlier about stream chat. I like it, you guys watching live like it, and you guys watching post commentary probably like it too. As I said, it's all part of the process of beginning to grow a cult on Twitch. Something I probably should have done years ago when the BTD community was still active, since I pulled in some pretty good numbers when I hosted the mega tournament streams on there. Feels bad, man, but we must focus on the present now. What my goal is right now is to get Twitch affiliate status, and what that does for my channel is it enables so many things for my live stream. I can create a custom emote for subscribers to use, and I can actually enable a subscribe button while I'm at it, cause right now the Twitch channel is all bare bones, and everyone's too lazy to scroll down to donation buttons and shit. I'm sure people would rather have a smexy subscribe status that they don't even have to save for if they have the free Twitch Prime subscription, which cough cough you should totally save for your favorite Bloons YouTuber whenever they can start to have access to it. On top of that, you can give me bits which you also technically don't have to pay real money for. Instead you have the very accessible option of watching an advertisement instead, and it's not a long one. Easy work if you want to support whoever you're watching. And when I say very accessible, I don't mean that in a location sense. Where I'm from, this option is disabled, but I reckon if you're living in the United States then you should always have this watching ads for bits option enabled. So yeah, that's what's on the table for me concerning Twitch. As for when I can get affiliate, it's when I actually start to stream more than once a week, because they have requirements that you have to stream somewhere around 2 times a week and maintain that. With that said, I certainly plan to do that, maybe split up the hours a bit if I just care about getting the quantity in. When all that happens, listen carefully YouTubers, I may end up deciding to ditch the YouTube stream platform and stream exclusively to Twitch. Yes, that does come with the downside of losing overall viewers, but your viewer quality increases as well as the benefit of not having to deal with running things on 2 different websites at once. Plus it's against the terms of service. Not that my streams are big enough that higher-ups will care about that, but you never know. If I was a hot 17-year-old e-grill, then Hassan may be watching my behavior very closely, and that may prevent me from getting affiliate/partner status unless I send him my nudes. Imagine that, having to send nudes in order to salvage your online gaming career. Good thing I am the opposite of that, so they won't care what I do. Only downside being they won't care what I do. AKA I'm a lost cause if I get banned for whatever reason. Let's cross our fingers not to do that, so I'm probably going to play it a little safe with that said. We're nearing the end here, so let's just swiftly commentate over the rest. Not quite around 13 demolition, but close enough. Baiting how with a tiny teaser rush and then sending a bigger one after. However, not even close to all in because I have to be wary of him selling his farms. But he falls victim to something a lot of people do, and that's hesitating in selling your farms, leading to a big fat L. No shade thrown, I know I've been in that situation many times before. Does that make me a bad player? Yes, but hey, in the end it's all about having a good time, Now, here's the last game on the Inlets match against L waiting for you, which somewhat spoiler alert if I do end up uploading the other game in the future. He did hand me an L sometime else on the stream, but the question is, will he hand one again? Stay tuned to find out. I would bring up a quick 1-minute topic at this point, but I don't really have much else to say. Instead, as I said multiple times before, I'm open to discuss a broad topic in order to fill up some time in situations like this. Unfortunately, a lot of people likely just ignored that call since I keep talking about it at the end of a video like here. Great going ISAB. But hey, if you are listening to me right now, then if you really like a certain kind of topic and want me to talk about it for a long time, then try your luck by leaving down a comment. It's like applying to obscure scholarships. You never think you're gonna get chosen, but then it turns out you were literally the only person or one of the very few to apply, and you get chosen purely because there were no other options. Well, it's kind of like that. One key difference being I'm not technically forced to respond to one of you guys. I mean, if everybody suggests to me to talk about the anatomy of the abdomen or the history of the Mayan calendar, I'm not obligated to talk about that because frankly that's so resident sleeper to me, I'd rather just twiddle my fingers. So hit me with your best shot. If nothing comes to fruition, I'll just take things into my own manners and start rambling about my interests. Hint, not balloons talk. But that'll do it here. Hope you enjoyed the savage nature of this video. Hey, maybe I'll have more of this in the future if I can think of a similar idea. Just give me some time, but not too much time where the meme will be irrelevant when I upload it again. Have a savage day.